I will be teaching you maths and science. As you must have seen my introductory video regarding how maths and science will be taught to you. So it goes very simple. Herein I will practically tell you how I will teach you maths. All the questions and concepts will be explained in the class on the board. So this will cover all the important aspects of your chapter. I have taken today a chapter which is, you see on the board, is fractions. So I will explain you the concepts and all the questions. So and this is about maths. About science, it will be all the concepts explained on the board to you, and all the questions will be through a descriptive link. You can just click the descriptive link and you will get all the questions and answers as well. So regarding maths, because what happens here, maths is just not concepts, it is questions as well. So let's get started with the fractions, and you can practically see how I will be teaching you. So I welcome you to the class here, and let's get started. So students, as you see here on the board, first I'll tell you about types of fractions. Okay. So the types of fractions are how many? 7 types of fractions. Proper fractions, improper fractions, like fractions, unlike fractions, mixed fractions, equivalent and unit fractions. So these are 7 types of fractions. Let's now I'll explain you one by one, and then we'll do some questions as well. So proper fractions, any fraction of the form a upon b, a is the numerator and b is the denominator, wherein numerator a is lesser than the denominator. So when the numerator a upon b is the fraction, a is the numerator, b is the denominator. If the fraction a is lesser than the denominator, which means your numerator is less than the denominator, it is a proper fraction. So let's take some examples. 5 upon 7, 2 upon 8, 4 upon 6. So you can see very well here that the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So these are proper fractions. Okay. Now, what about improper fractions? It's the vice versa. It is opposite. So herein, any fraction of the form of a upon b with numerator a is greater than the denominator b. So if the numerator a is greater than the denominator b, then it is an improper fraction. So numerator is greater than the denominator, and here in proper fractions, numerator is smaller than the denominator. You can see numerator is smaller than the denominator, and in this, which is a proper fraction. But if the numerator is greater than the denominator, it is an improper fraction. 7 by 6, 8 by 4, 9 by 2. Here all the numerator is greater than the denominator, so it is an improper fraction. Simple. So just these two concepts right now. Just remember this. Now we go to like fractions. Fractions with the same denominator are like fractions. Such fractions can be added or subtracted directly. Simple. So any like fractions can be added and subtracted directly. So I'll tell you through some questions here. But like fractions are the fractions which have the same denominator. Let's see some examples. 5 by 7, 4 by 7. These are two fractions, 2 by 9 and 1 by 9. Right? So suppose now I take this example, add 5 by 7 and 4 by 7. Now we see the denominator is same. So these are like fractions. Like fractions can be directly added or subtracted. So like in case we have to add, we will do just 5 by 7 plus 4 by 7, which is 5 plus 4, 9 by 7. Right? And in case, suppose now this question was to subtract 2 by 9 and 1 by 9. Now you have to subtract. So it is 2 by 9 minus 1 by 9. Because again you can directly add or subtract. So this was another question wherein you have to subtract. Why? Because see, 9 is the same denominator. So these are like fractions. You can simply directly do addition and subtraction. So 2 by 9 minus 1 by 9 is equal to 1 by 9. 2 minus 1 by 9 is equal to 1 by 9. Fine students? All clear till now? Like fractions, unlike fractions. We did like fractions, and we did improper fractions, and we did proper fractions. Now we'll do unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are fractions with different denominators. So Example 5 by 8, 7 by 9. You just have to see the denominator in like and unlike fractions. If the denominator is same, it is a like fraction. If the denominator is different, it is an unlike fraction. Then we discussed about proper fractions. Proper fractions are those which have a numerator which is less than the denominator. Numerator is less than denominator, which is a proper fraction. And if the numerator is greater than the denominator, then it is an improper fraction. So this was all till now. Let's move further now. Now mixed fractions. What is a mixed fraction? Mixed fraction is in the form of A into B upon C, where A is the whole part and B upon C is the partial part. Right? So try to understand this. It is in the form of A, B upon C. A, B upon C, where A is the whole part and B upon C is the partial part. It is not like A can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and B upon C is like 3 by 4, 2 by 4, 5 by 4 or 1 by 2 half. So if I take 1 by 2, 1 and a half, I can write this as 1 upon 2. 1 by 2 is the partial part and 1 is the whole part. So A is the whole part and B upon C is the partial part. Now I will give you an example so that you understand this very well. Mixed fractions. So 5, I have taken the example 5, 3 by 4. So 5 is the complete part and 3 by 4 is the partial part. Clear, students? Now we go to equivalent fractions. Equal, as the very word says, equivalent. So equal fractions. So let's see. Any fraction that is in the form of A upon B and if multiplied by the same numerator and the denominator to get C by D. So if you take any fraction A upon B and you multiply by the same numerator and the same denominator, then you get another fraction which is C by D. In such a case, A by B and C by D will be equal. Why? Because there is no difference. We are multiplying by the same numerator and denominator. So we will get another fraction which is C by D such that A by B and C by D is same. Now let's take an example so that things are clear. That is why maths is about concepts and then the questions. So here I don't send you any link because in science I will send you a link wherein you, after going through the concepts of the chapter, you can at your leisure do all the questions and answers. After you have read the chapter and after you have understood the concepts. Anyways, another practical chapter which I take on science, you will know it better how I teach science. But for maths, you simply have to go through the concepts and questions here, and then you can practice n number of questions for your maths. But these are conceptual questions, and concepts and questions obviously they go hand in hand. So when you know the concepts, then you practice the similar questions on the concepts. Things are much clearer to you. Okay. So these are the concepts and questions. So now the concept, we know about equivalent fraction. When A upon B is equal to C upon D when you multiply by the same numerator and denominator. So 5 by 7 into, suppose I multiply this by 4, numerator and denominator. So I get 5 into 4 upon 7 into 4. I get 20 upon 28. The fraction was 5 by 7. I multiply by 4 and I multiply 4 by 4. So I get 20 upon 28. So 20 upon 28 and 5 by 7 will be equal. Simple. Now unit fractions. Unit means 1. Unit means 1. And so when you remember unitary method, wherein we will have to calculate for one piece. So unit is always 1. Always remember this. So unit fractions are 1. So anything upon 1. So 1 upon 2, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 6, 1 upon 4. These are all unit fractions. Okay. Now we will discuss about addition of fractions. Addition of fractions. So we have discussed all the types of fractions. Now we will discuss addition, subtraction, multiplication of fractions, and we will see how the fractions will be, what kind of questions we get in fractions. So addition of fractions. Check if like, unlike. So first step is to check if the fraction is like or unlike. So I told you about like fractions, same denominator. Unlike fractions, different denominator. So in case you get a fraction which you have to add which is unlike, then you have to convert to a like fraction, which means you have to have the same denominator. And how do we do that? We simply take the LCM. So let's see. First, check if like, unlike. Second, if like fractions or same denominator, add or subtract. So I told you if there is same fraction, then not a problem. If there is a same denominator, it's a like fraction, you can simply add or subtract directly. We did one example here about in like fractions. Same thing I have shown here. Addition of fractions if it's a like fraction, like 5 by 7 and 4 by 7. So you have to add these 5 by 7 plus 4 by 7. It is 9 by 7. Okay, this is for like fractions. But for unlike fractions, step 1, convert. So convert unlike to like fractions. So how do we do it? How do we do this? We will take the LCM. So for 5 and 7, LCM is 35. LCM is 35. And now once we take the LCM, then we will actually be able to add. So I'll tell you in one of the examples which is there. So this is basically just a concept to know how actually you do the addition of unlike fractions. Convert to like fractions by taking the LCM. Once the LCM you have taken, then you will have the same denominator. And let's see how. Now the same question comes here. We are adding these two fractions which are unlike fractions because they have the same. They have different denominator. Now add 7 by 5 and 8 by 7. So 5 and 7 is 35. See, I have shown it over here. How LCM is 35, right? Now I can write this as 7 by 5 as 5 into 7 is 35. So denominator in the denominator I write this as 5 into 7. So in the numerator also 7 into 7. Then I add plus 7 into 5 is 35. So 8 into 5 is 40. Whatever you do in the denominator to get the LCM to get the number. So to get 35 you are multiplying 5 by 7. So same thing you have to do in the numerator as well. 7 into 7. Then plus 7 into 5 is 35. Same thing you do in the numerator. 8 into 5 is 40. So you get 49 plus 40 upon 35. 7 into 7 is 49 and 8 into 5 40. So you get 89 by 35. This is the answer for adding the unlike fractions. So because we have taken the LCM and we converted this to a like fraction because we had the same denominator 35. We had the same denominator 35. So then we can simply add it together. So suppose now if we would have to subtract, then same thing, 49 minus 40 because LCM is 35. This would have been 7 into 7 minus 8 into 5. So 49 minus 40 upon 35, which is 9 by 35. So you can get subtraction and you can get addition. These are the questions which you may get with unlike fractions for addition and subtraction. Now let's go further to mixed fractions. So we'll get a question on mixed fractions converting into improper fractions. What is improper fraction? What was the improper fraction? Any fraction of the form of a upon b where numerator is a and where numerator a is greater than the denominator. Whenever the numerator is greater than the denominator, it is an improper fraction. So question can be a mixed fraction convert to an improper fraction. Now let's see how we do it. This is a mixed fraction, whole part and a partial part. Whole part is 7 and partial part is 3 by 4. Whenever you get any fraction in the form of this 7, 3 by 4. So now what happens? How do we convert this to an improper fraction? Let's see. So herein what we see, 7 is the whole part, 3 by 4 is the partial part, 3 is the numerator, in 3 by 4, 3 is the numerator and 4 is the denominator. So how we do it? We will do 7 into 4 plus 3 upon 4. 7 into 4 plus 3 upon 4. So which means whole part into the denominator, whole part into the denominator plus the numerator upon the denominator. You have to memorize this formula. Whole part into the denominator plus the numerator upon the denominator. Again I repeat. Whole part into the denominator plus the numerator upon the denominator. So now let's see how practically this is done. I'm sorry. 7 3 by 4. 7 is the whole part into the denominator which is 4 plus the numerator which is 3 upon the denominator. So this becomes 7 into 4 plus 3 upon 4, which is 7 4 is 28 plus 3 upon 4, which is 31 by 4. So this is 31 by 4 is an improper fraction. Why? Because the numerator is greater than the denominator. You can practically see here 31 by 4. Okay. So this is an improper fraction. So a mixed fraction got converted to an improper fraction. So this can be a question coming to you, a question can come to you wherein you just have to add or subtract, unlike fractions, which I told you by taking LCM. Now let's take unit fractions. So usually where is the unit fraction being used? You can get something like a shaded portion, and they can tell you what is the fraction for this shaded portion. Let's see how. How many divisions are there in this circle? 4 divisions. And which is the shaded portion? One portion is shaded. So this will be 1 upon 4. So in fraction you can, so these are unit fractions as numerator is 1. Always remember the numerator is 1. So you can always represent the shaded portion over here is 1 by 4, and in the B part 1 by 9. 1 by 9. You can also get wherein you just see this is given to you, this will be given to you, right? And so what happens here? You will just have to tell this thing 1 upon 9. So just represent this in fraction 1 upon 9. So how do we represent this? 1 is the shaded part and 9 is the total part. So how do we represent this? It is, I'll tell you in the next question, but simply these are unit fractions, 1 by 4, 1 by 9, right? So I'll just tell you how we represent this. Now we have shaded to fractions and fractions to shaded. This is the next topic. Shaded to fractions. So a shaded portion is given to you and we have to convert to fraction, or else a fraction is given to you and we have to shade it, right? So let's see. Now shaded to fractions. Suppose figure A. Which is figure A? I have taken this figure A. This is the figure A, right? Now shaded to fraction. This is a shade. Now this diagram will be given to you. You have to tell the fraction. Formula is shaded part upon the whole part. What is the fraction? What is the formula? Shaded part upon the whole part. Shaded part is 1, whole part is 4 parts. So always the whole part is greater than the shaded part. So whole part will have the denominator. So it will be 1 upon 4. This is, and 1 upon 4 is also a unit fraction. So 1 upon 4 is the answer. So this is how you will do the questions wherein shading will be given to you where you have to represent in fractions. Now if you have given a fraction and you have to convert to and you have to make a diagram. So suppose this question is, note denominator is always greater than the denominator is always greater than the numerator, as whole part is always greater. So in such questions the denominator is always greater because whole part will always be greater and the shaded part is a small part of the whole part. Okay, let's see now further how. 7 by 8. Now 8 is the whole part and 7 is the shaded part. So what I have shown it over here, fraction to shaded. So I have divided this into 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? And I have shaded the 7 parts. So this is shaded portion. And the whole parts are 8. Same way 6 by 9. See, I even numbered it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many parts are shaded? 6 parts. 6 parts are shaded and whole part is 9. So this is how you represent 6 by 9 in a diagram. So herein we discussed how you can convert shaded to fractions and fractions to shaded, and what exactly is a unit fraction, right? Clear? So now let's move further. So now multiplication of fractions and multiplicative inverse. There are two things over here. So A upon B and C upon D, let these be two fractions, right? A upon B and C upon D. So we have to multiply these fractions. When we do A upon B into C upon D, you can directly multiply, which is A into C upon B into D. So example, 5 by 8 and 7 by 9 you have to multiply. So you just simply do it directly, 5 into 7 upon 8 into 9, which is 35 upon 72. And then you can even simplify further, but I don't think, because here you can't simplify further. This is simplifies only if in case it gets cut by 2 or 3, and so this it's not simplified further. So this is the multiplication of fractions. A upon B and C upon D are two fractions, and you have to do multiplication. Then it is A into C upon B into D, right? And what is the multiplicative inverse? So suppose that question is given 35 by 72 is your fraction, right? Now you have to do multiplicative inverse. So 1 upon this fraction. So suppose the fraction is A upon B. So what is the multiplicative inverse? It is basically the reciprocal. So 35 by 72 becomes 72 upon 35. So basically the reverse. That's called the multiplicative inverse. What is the multiplicative inverse of 1? It's always 1, right? 1 upon 1. So So it is always 1. And what about 35 by 72? It is 72 by 35. Actually what happens, it is 1 upon this number. So 1 upon this number will be reverse or the reciprocal. Reciprocal is when you reverse the order of the fraction. So numerator becomes denominator and denominator becomes numerator. Basically it's a reciprocal. That's the word is reciprocal. So this is called the multiplicative inverse. Okay. Now let's go to division of fractions. This is important, but it's not very difficult. It's very easy. Simply concentrate on this. Division of fractions. If a upon b and c upon d are two fractions, right? Same way. Then a upon b. So I've shown over here a upon b divided by c upon d. So what happens? It is a by b into d by c. So what happens? The division will change the sign of division to multiplication, and c upon d, which is the fraction, you just reverse the order of the fraction, which is d upon c. So what usually happens here, I'll practically show you now. Suppose the two fractions are 5 by 8 and 7 by 9. The two fractions are 5 by 8 and 7 by 9 as above, right? So basically we have taken two fractions. Now I have mentioned here a by b is equal to 5 by 8 and c by d is equal to 7 by 9. Clear? So students, what happens here, a by b divided by c by d is equal to, formula is a by b into d by c. So I am also mentioned over here that change the division to multiply. Change division to multiply and reverse the order of c by d. And reverse the order of c by d. So you don't do anything on a upon b. But c by d will be reversed and the division will become multiply. So that's how you solve the division questions. So 5 by 8 divided by 7 by 9 is equal to 5 by 8. See this now. Division becomes multiply and 7 by 9 becomes 9 by 7. This is how you do. Simple. So 5, this becomes, again now this is simply a multiplication, a by b into c by d, which is a into c upon b into d. So it is 5 into 9 upon 8 into 7. 5 9 is 45, 8 7 is 56. So this can now not simplified further. So this is the answer for division. Okay. So now we did equivalent fractions. So we know that in equivalent fractions you divide by the same, you multiply by the same numerator and denominator. So you get a equivalent fraction or a similar fraction, right? So now in case you get two fractions and you want to know which is greater, right? So here what happens, there are two fractions, 2 by 5 and 3 by 5. So you just put left hand side and right hand side. Now you just put the fraction same way. 2 by 5 in the left hand side and 3 by 5 and 3 by 7 in the right hand side, right? Okay. So what happens? This is a cross multiply. This is cross multiply, which means you will have to multiply. You just put this cross multiply sign. So what you do? In the right hand side, it happens 7 into 2 or 2 into 7, same thing. 2 into 7 or 7 into 2. This comes in the right hand side, and this goes in the, because ultimately answer you are getting 5 into 3 over here, and 7 into 2 you are getting here. Simple. So 7 into 2 is 14, you put over here, and this is 5 into 3 15, you put it over here. Now 4 left hand side figure, which means the fraction which is on the right hand side will be greater. Simple. So 15 is greater than 14, so 3 by 7 will be greater than 2 by 5. I mentioned over here left hand side is less than the right hand side, so fraction in right hand side is greater. So fraction in the right hand side is greater, so which means 3 by 7 is greater than 2 by 5. This is how you will do a question wherein you are asked which is greater, right? Just put in this order. Okay, you see this? Simple. And the last question we have today is arrange in descending order. So descending order is like from top to low. Suppose 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, this is descending. So what happens here, there are two, first and foremost, these questions will be given to you as unlike fractions, because in case it's an unlike fraction, then you have to convert to a like fraction, and then only you can decide whether it is in ascending or descending. So let's see this how. 7 by 9 and 6 by 5 are two fractions. So we have to convert this to descending order. There can be 3 or 4 similar, there can be another 2 or 3 fractions, like you can have 7 by 9, 6 by 5 and 4 by 8. So we see that these are, so n number of fractions can be there, there can be 3 fractions as well. So the logic remains the same, and the concept is the same. I have taken 2 fractions here. Unlike fractions, because they have different denominators. So first we will convert to like fractions. So it means we will take LCM and convert to like fractions. So LCM of 9 and 5 is 45. I have mentioned over here 45. So which means 7 by 9 can be written as 9 into 5 is 45. And same way 7 into 5 is 35. So as the LCM is 45, so how much we multiply this 9 denominator by 5 so as to get 45. Same way we will now multiply by 5 in the numerator as well. So we get 35 by 45 as 7 by 9. And what about 6 by 5? 5 into 9 is 45. Same way 6 into 9 is so whatever we multiply in the denominator, we will multiply by the same number in the numerator. So this becomes 5 into 9. So this also has to be 6 into 9. So 6 into 9 is 54 and 5 into 9 is 45. So we get two more values. For 7 by 9 we get 35 by 45, and for 6 by 5 we get 54 by 45. So what actually now we get that as denominator is same. We have denominator as 45 in both. So like fractions now. So they are now like fractions because the denominator is same. You can see this 45 and 45. So basically 7 by 9 is same as 35 by 45 and 6 by 5 is same as 54 by 45. So now we know that whenever the denominators are same, and if the numerator is greater, then the fraction is greater. So 54 is greater than 35. 54 is greater than 35. But we have the same denominator. Whenever the denominator is same and the one which has a higher numerator will be greater. So we know that 54 by 45 is greater than 35 by 45. So which means 6 by 5 is greater than 7 by 9. Simple. And if in case this would have been ascending order, then whichever is lesser, the numerator which is lesser is a lesser number. So in that case, So in that case, it would have been 7 by 9 is less than 6 by 5, because 7 by 9 is 35 by 45, and 35 by 45 is less than 54 by 45, because the rule here is if you have the same denominator, then you will have to then see the numerator. So if the numerator is higher, then that particular fraction is higher, and if the numerator is lesser, then that fraction is less. So this is how you decide upon ascending and descending order, because we can have 2 or 3 fractions, but we have converted them to like fractions, which means we have converted them with the same denominators. Now any number of fractions, 3 or 4 fractions you have, a by b, c by d, e by f. Suppose you got 3 fractions and you have the same denominator. So in case they ask you about ascending order, then the one with the lesser numerator will be a lesser fraction. So one with the highest numerator will be one which is the bigger number. So this is how you decide. So that depends in case they are asking you descending order or ascending order. So this was all about the chapter on fractions. So all these questions will be somewhat from these places only, and then you can go to NCERT and you can practice a number of questions, but the concepts and questions are these only. And I hope you like this chapter. If you like the video, give a like, and do subscribe to my channel Score More, and please do not forget to click the bell icon for further notifications of my upcoming videos. Till then, students, you all have a great time. Enjoy, stay home, stay safe, and God bless you.